In the distant future, the United States is no longer governed by the people, but by a titan media conglomerate known as the Syndicate. This corporation holds absolute power over society. Most citizens live in extreme poverty, unable to afford basic health care, while the Syndicate distracts them with brutal reality shows. Their most watched program is Survival Run, where contestants must stay alive for 30 days while being hunted by elite assassins. The prize is a staggering $1 billion, but so far, no one has ever reached the finish line. The story follows Ben, a brave man who recently lost his job for advocating for workers' rights. Blacklisted by the Syndicate, he is unable to find work anywhere. His daughter Kathy is gravely ill and needs expensive medication. One evening, his wife Sheila returns home and mentions she will take extra shifts at a dangerous local bar to make ends meet. Ben, unwilling to let his wife risk her safety, makes a desperate vow. "Don't worry, I will enter the survival run and bring back the prize money." Despite Sheila's pleas and fears of the fatal risks, Ben insists he will find a way to survive. Ben makes his way to the high-security elite district. At the selection station, he witnesses the desperation of the poor. When an elderly man collapses in line, Ben rushes to help him, only to be beaten by guards for breaking formation. At the front desk, he discovers his file is flagged for insubordination. In a moment of rage, he punches the registration screen. He is then fitted with a tracking bracelet and sent to a holding area where he meets fellow contestants, Tim and Jenny. After passing grueling physical tests where Ben consistently helps his friend Tim, the trio is selected for the show. They are given red jumpsuits with targets on the back, signaling they are now the primary prey for the survival run. Ben attempts to negotiate his contract with the show's producer, Dan, who lures him with bonuses and reminds him that as a blacklisted man, this is his only chance to save his family. Ben signs the contract under the condition that his family be moved to a safe house. Before the game begins, he is allowed one final call to Sheila, promising her that he will return. On the night before the hunt, Ben receives a letter from Sheila containing a family photo and Kathy's small sock as a lucky charm. The next morning, the show's host, Bobby, introduces Ben to the public. To make the audience hate him, Bobby broadcasts a deepfake AI video claiming Ben was a traitor who sold government secrets. Ben realizes the world sees him as a criminal, not a desperate father. Furious, he looks into the camera and threatens to burn the Syndicate to the ground. The rules are set. Contestants get a 12-hour head start before 5 elite hunters are released. They must record 10 minutes of footage daily and drop the tape into specific collection boxes by midnight, or they lose their daily survival earnings. Ben is sent to a dark starting point with a camera and a few supplies. He quickly ditches his uniform, takes a taxi, and narrowly avoids being reported by a greedy driver. He seeks refuge with an old friend, Molly, an underground technician. Molly provides Ben with fake IDs and a weapon, warning him to stay away from poor areas where people might betray him for a reward. The next few days are a game of cat and mouse. Ben travels to Boston, disguising himself and recording his daily tapes in secret. Meanwhile, the hunters capture and torture Molly for information. In a tense encounter at a hostel. Ben narrowly escapes a group of hunters by using an iron rod and shards of glass to track their movements. He performs a daring escape from a rooftop, swinging down a cable and eventually blowing up a building's basement to lose his pursuers. In the aftermath, Ben meets Stacy and his brother Brad, who are part of an underground resistance. Brad records analyses of the show to expose its lies. He shows Ben that the Syndicate edits all footage to make the players look like villains. After Ben records a raw message to the public, the Syndicate retaliates by airing an edited version that makes it look like he is mocking orphans. This causes Brad's mother to kick Ben out of the house. As Ben moves toward the final stages of the game, he meets Elton, a rebel who prints anti-Syndicate newsletters. Elton explains that the city is filled with DNA scanners and suggests Ben hide in an old Cold War bunker. However, Elton's mother, seeking a twisted form of revenge, alerts the police. A massive shootout ensues. Ben and Elton escape through a secret tunnel. But an assassin waiting there kills Elton. In a fit of rage, Ben destroys the hunter and a camera drone. Now on the run with a girl named Amelia, whose car he hijacked. Ben discovers that even the drones are being used to edit reality in real time. Dan, the producer, tries to bribe Ben into becoming a professional hunter, showing him a fake video of his family's death to break his spirit. However, the plan backfires. The audience, seeing through the lies, begins to side with Ben. In a final chaotic confrontation on a plane, Ben fights off the lead hunter, Ivan, and several armed pilots. He manages to save Amelia and sends her off with the rebel newsletters. Ben then addresses the national audience one last time. The Syndicate only has power because you watch. Stop watching. Start fighting. The show ends in a massive explosion, and the Syndicate attempts to convince the public that Ben is dead. However, the rebels leak the black box footage, revealing the truth. A revolution ignites. As the city descends into chaos, it is revealed that Sheila and Kathy are safe, living off the money Ben earned during the game. In the final moments, Ben infiltrates the television station. Amidst the flames of the falling empire, he finds the producer, Dan, and delivers a final, decisive blow to the corrupt system. Thanks for watching.